Hello everybody, it is Arrow here again today, and I'm coming back at you with another video. Today I'm going to be battling PeaceLoveHugs. This was on his live stream that he did, and this is going to be a Twilight best of 3. Let's see how this goes. So I start the match off with Azumarill. He starts the match off with Muck, regular Muck, Kanto Muck, and I know that it has Thunder Punch, so I'm just trying. I didn't know how fast it actually was, so I go ahead and get off an Ice Beam. That Ice Beam's going to be doing maybe a 40%, maybe 40%, maybe 40% of the health there. So he gets off a Thunder Punch, and I was trying to switch out before it. I didn't know how fast it was. He already has another one. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one too. And he gets the Thunder Punch off. I switch into Venomoth, just risking it, thinking he maybe doesn't have Tyranitar. Sure enough, there comes out the Tyranitar. I get off a Poison Fang. I already had enough for a Silver Wind, so I'm guessing I'll get a shield out of this. So I'm trying to get maybe 2 of these Poison Fangs off. I get another Confusion off. I get another one. I try to undertap, but I'm already dead. So yeah, that hurt. I bring back out Azumarill. I go for an Ice Beam. And he's going to go ahead and shield this? Yeah, he shields it. I'm going to end up taking the Stone Edge to the face. It's going to hurt a lot. So that's going to end my Azumarill. Out comes T-Tar. And at this point, I'm like, okay. I just have to beat him to the charge move. I get to the crunch, and I'm like, okay. I was hoping for a miracle that he didn't click crunch on an undertap, and he didn't, so we got away with that. See what he brings out, and it's going to be Muck, I believe, and his Muck was low, so I didn't want to throw a charge move, so I don't, and his Muck goes down. We're crunching away at whatever comes in. We don't have a second move on our T-Tar yet. We need to add that, so that would have made this match a lot less stressful. It's a Venomoth that comes out, and we're able to get to another crunch before the Venomoth KOs us, and that's going to finish off the Venomoth. So T-Tar came in and swept away his team. Very, very solid outcome for T-Tar. It did a lot of work there. I got lucky enough to where I had an 87% T-Tar under 1500. Thank you for me not having Stardust after the long community day. So that's round 1. So we're going to be going into round 2, and we're going to lead Toxicroak. Lead Toxicroak, have a Azumarill. No, we're going to lead T-Tar, have a Azumarill and Toxicroak in the back. Azumarill is a safe switch. I mean, typically it is safe to switch into Azumarill. So out comes Toxicroak, and we're just like, get out of there. We have to get out of there quick. He switched into Tyranitar, and he thought it was Venomoth coming out. He had to have thought it was Venomoth coming out. So I go ahead and use an Ice Beam. And that Ice Beam is either going to get a shield, or it's going to do quite a bit of damage. It does about a lot of damage. It takes out the T-Tar. Now we're up 2 shields, and yeah, out comes Venomoth. If I'm him, I'm eating any attack. Like, I'm shielding this, so I go ahead and go for an Ice Beam straight off. And Venomoth is shielding, so yeah, he's going to go ahead and Confusion away. I'm gonna let this Poison Fang go through. It doesn't kill. His Venomoth gets 2 more Confusions off before it ends up knocking me out. I switch into T-Tar. I have to shield this. He's switching into Toxicroak after this, I believe. And I switch into my own Toxicroak. And because his Toxicroak got 1 extra move off before mine, that's going to do me in. I am forced to shield. And I'm going to get off my own Mud Bomb. And he's going to also shield. So that's it's gonna be a race to the charge move, and he's going to win that race. So Mud Bomb's gonna KO me. I'm gonna get to the crunch, and I'm gonna end up taking out the Toxicroak with the crunch. And out comes Venomoth, and Venomoth is able to outlast me with 1 health. So that was a great round. Very close battle. It just ended up working a little better for him in the end. He did switch wrong at the second switch, which is fine. We ended up being okay with that. So at this point we were thinking, let's go Toxicroak as the lead, but then we were like, wait, we haven't led Toxicroak yet, and he hasn't led Venomoth yet. So we probably shouldn't do that. And I think we end up going with Tyranitar as the lead, trying to catch a Venomoth. Me and Hugs have done a lot of battles in the past, and whenever we battle, I tend to switch my lead a lot against him. So I decided to keep it the same this time. And by golly, if it didn't help. Because I ended up actually leading with Tyranitar and catching a Venomoth in the lead. That's the perfect lead situation for me. And I'm going to be going into this match getting Tyranitar versus Venomoth. The perfect way to get it. He's going to charge up to a Silver Wind and throw a Poison Fang at me, and I'm going to fall for the shield bait. He's going to be switching out immediately. I switch out into Toxicroak. No, I switched into Azumarill, because it's still a winning matchup, and my Toxicroak isn't trapped against a Tyranitar. I don't have to shield anything that comes through, because it wouldn't take me out. I would be able to finish off with bubbles anyway. So I go ahead and finish off the T-Tar with bubble. I have 2 charge moves ready for whatever comes in. He has the shield advantage, but I have the move advantage with 2 charge moves. It's a Muck, so I go ahead and throw a Play Rough at it, and it's going to shield. I'm going to get an Ice Beam off. Those poison jabs are doing a lot of damage, so we're going to get the Ice Beam off, and that's going to he's not going to shield this. It's going to take a chunk off of his health. He's going to end up fainting me down there. I bring in Toxicroak. And I'm going to eat whatever attack comes through. Because I know I can. If it's a poison move, I got it. If it's a dark move, I have it. And I switched to Tyranitar on the switch, expecting him to use his switch there as well. And it worked perfectly. He switched into Venomoth. And he switches back into Alolan Muck. Tyranitar is going to use Crunch immediately. Alolan Muck is going to get off another Dark Pulse. But it's not going to matter. I don't need to shield. It's all good. And we're going to end up taking the match with the Smackdown damage that it had already dealt. So that was my best 2 out of 3 that I did with Hugs that was on his stream through the Houston Pogo stream. If y'all enjoyed that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Before I let y'all go, let's actually go over the Twilight meta. So Twilight is a lot of people's favorite new meta, and I'm not sure why. I personally don't like a meta that takes... Those 3 battles took 9 minutes. It's fast-paced, to say the least. But I just don't like that. Golbat is the top of the Twilight meta, and it's because of its matchups with Toxicroak and Wigglytuff, as well as Venusaur. Plus, it beats both Mugs. That makes sense. Now, but it also loses really hard to Tyranitar, and it loses to Venomoth because of the confusion damage. It's a good pick. I wish I had a Last Resort Umbreon. I would be putting in work with that thing. I want one. Sorry. Tentacruel, Acid Sprays goes crazy. Those Acid Sprays, if you hit someone with one, it's amazing. When you get the Shield Bait with one, it's even better. Venomoth is just... It's a great Pokemon. If y'all have been around my channel, you know how much I love it. Toxicroak, those two have been on the meta. Those two have been the meta for Twilight Cup, regardless of the first time or this time around. Azumarill. I talked to Hugs, and he said Tyranitar was on his team the first time around, and it really helped him destroy the Twilight meta. I had one back then. I didn't even think to use it. So, yeah. Frostlass is the Pokemon I lost to in my Twilight meta, in my Twilight Cup the first time around. I went 2-1. Screw you, Shojul. And Quillfish is also what I lost to. A lot of people are going to be bringing Quillfish. Wigglytuff is a great pick. Venusaur's awesome. Muck. Both Mucks are really good picks. Ninetales is fun to play with. And Skuntank. Apart from the top 17 and maybe Haunter, I really wouldn't go anything else in this meta. But it's been Arrow, guys. If y'all enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, GG's.